You call me a saint, but you know I'm a stranger, all willing and able to do what you want. You think I'm a
Holy shit, I haven't been on the live stream. I'm so sorry, guys. Okay, thank you. I'm a dumbass. Start over. Fuck. Sorry, guys. All right, MES. All right. Goes real quick. So we had these drawn out. I drew the next target down. Okay. So we've hit target 1, we hit target 2, we've hit target 3. All right, we'll zoom in here a little bit. What I was showing you guys when I went to the 5-minute chart was just showing that even when we hit target 2, we got a little bit of a bounce back up to retest, and then we went lower to target 3. Okay, but we've hit 1, 2, 3. Next one would be 4, 5. What else I was showing you guys was as I grabbed those, right, which I grabbed those as heights of moves, and then to the flagpoles, went to here, went to here, went to here, and each one of these lands at a resistance support. So here you can see we hit a resistance support. This one hit a resistance support, and then this one hit retest the lows. Okay, if we go to MNQ, I just drew these out this morning. Okay, but what I did was take your first height, which is the height of a recent move. Okay, so here to here to the breakdown, you put that at the breakdown point, right? That's target 1. Target 2 would be back a little bit further in the back a little bit further. We put that up, and that's exactly where it stopped at right now. Target 3 is back. Target 3 is right here, and this is down to the first flagpole. Okay, so the height of this move. And then the last one would be down to this flagpole. Okay, or the pole of, I mean, it's just, you're just looking at moves and then breakdowns. And then what happens is when you do that, okay, each one of these should land at a support resistance. Again, target 1, look at that. Target 1 takes us down to a support. Target 2 takes us down to a support. Target 3 takes us down to a support resistance. And then target 4 will retest the lows. But I grabbed those from grabbing the different heights and then putting them at the breakdown point. I love charts. I love how this all works. Okay. We go look at VIX, which is what I was talking about when I was talking to nobody and I was talking to myself. Okay. So VIX, both Daly and I said this week that VIX was making for a big move up. On Monday's video, I talked about it. So Monday, June 6th, right? We were talking about, I posted Ice King Insights, I think on Tuesday or Wednesday. But this whole week, even though VIX has been pushing lower, we've been pushing higher on the momentum indicators, which shows us this move is running out of gas. Okay, and sure enough, wham! And and for this to happen right before Friday makes sense, right? I mean, we were leading up into an event, riding up into data coming out. It makes sense that this waited and this kept pushing. I mean, everybody wants the stock market to go back up. That's the problem. I saw lots of stocks pushing higher for no reason. And it's because we have a lot of people that want the stock, a lot of retail investors, a lot of people want the market to go back up, and I don't think it's going to happen, guys. So we ride what we get, what we did. But the nice thing is we get what we get, but this whole week, we predicted this entire week. It's been great. All right, we're going to go over, let's look at Apple real quick. We talked about Apple yesterday. So these are lines that we drew out yesterday, okay? And look at that. We, going into the close yesterday, we hit right here. And if we go to extended hours, I bet, yeah, we did. Look, that was a support line. We came down, we hit it like exactly, and it bounced, okay? And now we're going lower. I kind of skipped these targets around a little bit. I mean, really, the next move is probably to right here, right? That's probably where the next flagpole goes, and then ultimately back down to try and retest these lows if it keeps going. All right, but same thing. on the hour chart, right? I showed you guys. Now I told you guys yesterday too. This technically wasn't really that this wasn't a true bearish div because they're both heading down. The difference was though the price kept really trying to get close to the highs, and we were getting nowhere close to the highs. So I still counted this as a bearish div, and I drew the triangle for the breakdown, and sure enough, we've broken down and we're hitting our targets. Okay, I said Airbnb yesterday looked ready for a bear. It was a bearish div. We drew it out here once again. We kept just pushing higher while not getting anything any higher on the MACD, on the momentum indicators. We're staying pretty stagnant. Now the key is when you start to break this zero line. Okay, that means that you're going into the downtrend now, and that's where the bearish div is really playing out. And that's where we start getting our kind of our big moves. But you want to take it before it gets there. Okay, take it as it gets closer to that zero line with a bearish div. Okay, because that's where you're going to get your big move. And I mean, if we had shorted Apple yesterday, or on Thursday or Wednesday, I'm sorry, it was at 125, or Airbnb, I'm sorry, at 125, and hell, this morning it's at 110. I want to go over Amazon real quick, which I've kept my longs for Amazon, which, there's no real recent bearish divs. I mean, we're getting higher highs, but we're getting higher highs. It's all making sense. What will be key here, I believe, is if we go to the 2 hour, the 2 hour. No, hang on, let me look at the 1 hour. I guess the real key here will be right here. So we have on the 1 hour, that is the 1 hour. As this falls, we're already getting a lower MACD. Okay, so to have a hidden bullish, we need a higher low with a lower low oscillator. Well, we're already getting a lower oscillator. So as long as the price doesn't fall below 101, this is going to start setting up a bullish div. All right. And honestly, that does kind of make sense, right? Because I mean, Amazon's down to $113 pre-market. Like, holy shit. I can't believe there's not more investors on this, but I would think that's what the market, how bad it is. That's what's happening. But this is the only stock I could see potentially setting up a bullish div, but the price will have to stay above 100, okay, on this move down of the oscillator. So this is not set up a bullish div yet. We're going to watch it. Boeing, okay, we still have that. I told you guys yesterday, still have that Boeing put. That Boeing put is $8 in the money this morning. It struggled all week, but as I showed you guys, once again, our bullish div was still in play all week. We kept pushing since June 3rd. We have been pushing higher and higher highs and getting lower. Once again, as we break this zero line, this is where the magic will happen, and I think we'll start falling pretty big here for next week. Now our play was for this week, so that's okay. But we're still $8 in the money this week. Fuck yeah, on our runners. And we had some time to average down, but like I said, with a short week like this, if I would have had next week's, I would have averaged down this week, as nothing happened. All right, Baba. Well, let's look at Baba real quick. Okay. So I want to show you guys a bull or a bearish div that didn't work. Here's a bearish div, and I showed you guys this on Monday, to June 6th, right? But I said this was a bearish div, and we kept pushing down. Now this got invalidated on June 7th when we got a new higher MACD, and we kept pushing up higher with a higher high. Okay, that's where now you would have been down a lot on your play, but that's where you would have probably bailed on the play. Normally, that's where you bail on the play. That's when it fails. Okay, like on BA here, this whole week as it kept pushing up, if you had calls or puts for next week, as it kept pushing higher and the MACD kept getting lower, that's where you would keep averaging down because your play is still in effect, right? There's nothing changed on your play. So that's where you have conviction and you just push lower, or you keep averaging down because nothing has changed on your outlook. But that's the difference between averaging down and guessing. We have Baidu puts. Baidu's one of those ones. Look at this. It keeps pushing lower and it kind of keeps pushing higher. I might average down today. I mean, it still looks, it keep getting these stupid bounces, but ultimately it looks like this is going to fail. When it fails, I think it's going to fail pretty good. I mean, this even looks like it's going to get another little bounce here and probably gonna, I mean, might probably wait till the end of the day and see what happens and average down for next week. Cat, same thing. I told you guys yesterday I was thinking about averaging down. I didn't because it really hadn't moved that much. Right at open, it started to fall. Okay, I mean, open yesterday, gap down, and now we're down here. But we have those cat puts for several weeks out. And the reason I did several weeks out was because we are still well above, even though this has been pushing way higher, we're well above the zero line still. Now we're finally going to start getting close to the zero line, which means we could crash back down to the, this is where we see these big moves. Once again, look right here. Here was a bearish div, okay, setting up on cat, and it kept pushing higher. Now it was quite a bit above, but it could get a fast move down. But once it crosses that zero line, we retested the 200 EMA and then even lower. I'm hoping for a similar move here. Okay, this then is playing out longer, but as we get closer here, I'm looking for a big fall back down to 209, and we have 220 puts with some time. If you guys want to see any stocks, please speak up. We took CRM yesterday. Gorgeous, right? Once again, okay, which this was a bearish div on the 4 hour right here. We went over this on Monday. I told you guys we had, from here to here, we were getting much lower lows. Okay, much lower lows compared to higher highs. Now it hadn't quite curved yet. I was waiting. I did not take this on Monday, but as this came down, this is our leader. So this shows me that the MACD was about to turn. So I did finally take this yesterday, and we took it at a great time. But once again, this on the 4 hour, that's just starting, but we gave ourselves a few weeks. Okay, on the 1 hour, you can see here, we still have a bullish div on this. We are pushing lower, but we were at the same time, we were pushing higher. Okay. This still has not crossed down below the zero line, so this is not done yet. I have closed out some of my positions because I wasn't sure what was going to happen today, but now I will probably ride this out a little bit longer. Still might collect some profits along the way, average down if it on pops. We got some support lines down here, 59 EMA right here, 20 EMA right here. But I told you guys, I mean, we have this gap right here. I think that's originally where we might be going back to, is back down to the previous lows of 160. Okay. Docu. Let's look at Docu. I'm going to show you guys what we did there. I posted that play yesterday. That turned out fantastic. All right. So why did I take the Docu play? A couple reasons. One, we had a bearish div setting up on the 1 hour. Okay. We kept pushing higher. We were not getting higher highs, right? I mean, there was a bearish div this whole time, which would have been to right there, okay? And then it came up, but we did not get a new higher high, so this play is still good. So I took that yesterday because earnings was coming, and if you look back here, the last two earnings, even when they did okay, they beat by just a little, right? We got a big gap down. The earnings before that, they beat by 25%. They got a huge gap down. Okay. So I took that play yesterday, looking for a gap down. Now I didn't expect such a big gap down as in the past, but we took $85 puts. They were a little expensive. My concern was, though, that it might fall back to this right here at 79. Even at 85, we would have broken even. Okay. I mean, it would have been up probably a little bit, but we got even better and we got a gap all the way down to the previous lows. So we are $20 in the money. We bought those for $5. They'll be at over 20 this morning. Goldman Sachs. I'm going to go over Goldman Sachs real quick. Put it on the chair, please, right there. Sorry, my son sat down. Goldman Sachs, I talked to this yesterday too about Monday. We talked about I like Goldman Sachs for a put, but I wasn't going to take it. They're kind of expensive. But I also said on yesterday's live stream, banks were falling. So that was not a good sign for the market either. Okay, that's a bad sign for SPY. But I put breakdowns on this once again. We did. I said recent move right here. Put that at the point of breakdown, and we hit the. You can see where it stopped, kind of right there for a minute. Target 2 was the full height of the channel, and that is where we are at right now. We are back at retesting the lows of where this channel started. Next move down would be to 294. But once again, that played out perfectly as we looked at. All right, guys. That's what I have for you. I'm not really looking at anything today. I still kept a Google runner from earlier this week too. I put Google puts, but look, this was in effect all week. Okay. I took those Google puts. They were expensive. They went up to 30. I closed most of them out, kept a runner. And now I'm right at the money. So we'll see what happens today after the market opens, but those might end up paying out really well. But I was profitable, so I left a runner. Bought those at 20. They went to 30. I closed them most of them out on that move. But here we go. We have the chance here to make more. Microsoft. I was going to go over Microsoft real quick. I haven't done that one yet. And then we'll be done for the day, unless you guys have something you want to look at. Okay, Microsoft. I mentioned yesterday I would average down. They were only 49 cents, guys. I hope you guys average down like I did. But once again, look, all week, this was just struggle bussing. Okay? Hovering around these EMAs, constantly losing support, but getting bought back up over. And I was like, why? Over nothing. We started losing support yesterday. And then sure enough, right, we lost support. We started losing support, getting new lower lows yesterday in the close. And now we are at 259. We're in the money. My average on those is $2. I don't need this. I'm not sure it's going to be at open, but I'll probably close out most of those and leave a runner for the rest of the day. But yeah, this finally played out. I apologize. I'm sure a lot of people didn't stay in that play with how bad down it went. But once again, I didn't exit. I kept it, but it was because it was showing signs that this was going to work at some point. Okay. And I told you guys before, we had a gap down last week. Okay. And I thought when I took this play and I went over the video on Monday, I told you I thought that was probably where it was going back down. This was a sign of, with how stagnant this was a sign of where it was really going to probably try and end up. I was hoping it would end up before now, but at least we are at the money, close to in the money today. For next week, not looking good, guys, right? But probably won't take any next week. We took a play yesterday, and I took that looking for this drop today. I didn't want to take too much. I was already loaded up in puts. I mentioned that on the Discord or in my channel. I was up on puts that you might want to take a SPY call for a hedge. I did not because I was pretty confident. But if I was wrong, I would have gotten smoked today. Okay, so that's something to always keep in mind, is to have protections if you need them, right? Don't risk your entire account on puts if you can't take the loss. Okay, we're getting everything's coming down test supports or test recent lows. All right, guys. If you have anything you want to talk about, message me in the chat. I'll be available. Great fucking week. I hope everybody else had a good week also. Like I said, now that I got my bot programmed, I'm back at it full time. I'll keep doing plays, we'll keep doing videos, and we'll keep killing it. Everybody have a good day today and have a good weekend. Hit me up if you need me.